Hello friends, today we are going to discuss about volumetric strain. Volumetric strain, it may be defined as change in a volume with respect to original volume. Sometimes they use notation epsilon V or EV is equal to delta V means change in volume to the original volume. When we are studying about total strain, we have to calculate strain in x direction, strain in y direction, strain in z direction. We can use these notations also. Let's consider this is x direction, this y, and this is z direction. We all know that these three are perpendicular to each other. Okay. Now, if this is a cube and this sigma x, sigma y, and sigma z, this stress applied on this x, y, and z direction respectively. And we have to calculate volumetric strain. For calculating this volumetric strain, we must have to know the Hooke's law is equal to sigma by E, or Young's modulus is equal to sigma means stress upon strain. And the second thing is mu. Mu means Poisson's ratio is equal to minus lateral strain upon longitudinal or linear strain. Okay. See, E is equal to sigma x upon Ex. Then Ex is equal to strain is equal to stress upon modulus, Young's modulus. When there is a triaxial loading means sigma x, sigma y, and sigma z, these three stresses are acting in x, y, and z direction. So that first we have to calculate Ex. Ex means strain in x direction. Then we have to calculate strain in y direction and then strain in z direction. After summation of Ex, Ey, Ez, we get total strain. Okay. Now for this first equation Ex, see, when we have to calculate strain in x direction, the linear strain is sigma x upon E. Sigma x upon E. Why? Because linear strain Ex is equal to sigma x upon this E. But when there is linear strains sigma x upon E, remaining two strains are lateral strains because when stress is applied in x direction, the length of that bar or cube or rectangle is increases. But at that time, because of sigma z and sigma y, this length decreases. Hence, these remainings are responsible for lateral strain. Hence, we can say strain in x direction is equal to linear strain due to sigma x, which is sigma x divided by E, minus means here originally plus sign, but because of a lateral strain, we have to get minus sign, minus lateral strain due to sigma y. Now lateral strain due to sigma y means, according to this formula, lateral strain due to sigma y is equal to mu into longitudinal strain or linear strain due to sigma y. Hence we can write mu into linear strain due to sigma y, which is sigma y divided by E. Same. Lateral strain due to sigma z is equal to mu into linear strain due to sigma z, which is sigma z by E. Same. Strain in y direction. Strain in y direction. In y direction, sigma y by E, this is a linear strain. And sigma x and sigma z are lateral strain. Lateral strain due to sigma x, we can write minus mu into linear strain due to sigma x. Hence, mu minus mu into sigma x divided by E. Same. Lateral strain due to sigma z is equal to minus mu into sigma z by E. Same. Ez is equal to sigma z by E, because here this is a linear strain due to sigma z. But both are remainings are lateral strains. Then lateral strain due to sigma x is equal to minus mu into sigma x divided by E, minus mu into sigma y divided by E. Which formula we use for that? Lateral strain is equal to longitudinal strain into mu and that minus sign. Now sigma strain in x direction, strain in y direction, strain in z direction. After calculating that, we get this sigma x plus sigma y plus sigma z divided by E 1 minus 2 mu for calculation part. When we have given biaxial loading, then put sigma z is equal to 0. We get only sigma x plus sigma y divided by E into 1 minus 2 mu. If we have given uniaxial loading, then formula is EV is equal to sigma x divided by E into 1 minus 2 mu. Put sigma z is equal to 0 and sigma y is equal to 0. And this formula for triaxial loading.